There's a reason you see slings everywhere now. Airports, city streets, and hiking trails. They become the default move for travelers who need quick access to essentials without the bulk of a full backpack. Whether you're layering one across your chest with a larger pack during international flights, or wearing it solo to explore a new city, the right sling keeps passports, charging cables, and daily carry gear organized and exactly where you need it. But not all slings are built the same. Some are ultra-light 2-liter companions designed to disappear when paired with a backpack. Others are burly 8-liter workhorses that can handle a full day's worth of gear on their own. The materials, organization, and carry systems vary wildly depending on what kind of traveler you are and how you move through the world. In this quick-hitting travel slings guide, we're keeping each review tight and focused on what matters most as we produced hundreds of in-depth individual reviews on our site and our channel. Here's how we're breaking down each pack. A quick intro on the brand and what makes it special, the exterior build and carry system, the interior layout and organization, and our overall take on who it's for. So, without further ado, let's get into some of our favorite picks for the best travel sling bags on the market. Aer has been one of our favorite carry brands for well over a decade now, and they've been refining the Day Sling since its first iteration, and the third generation feels like it finally nails what the previous versions were chasing. Of course, considering our proclivity for over-engineered gear, we went with the X-Pac variant, which still offers the same 3-liter capacity as a standard ballistic nylon version, but wrapped in Challenge Sailcloth's signature diamond ripstop fabric that sheds water and weighs less. It measures in at 11.5 inches by 6 inches by 3 inches, which means it's compact enough to wear across your chest with a travel backpack, but it's still substantial enough to handle a day exploring a city on its own. The exterior is where Aer's obsession with durability shows up. X-Pac isn't just about looking technical, it's a laminated composite that's legitimately weatherproof without needing a separate rain cover. YKK AquaGuard zippers seal things up, though there has been some chatter online about the zipper tape cracking over time. We haven't seen it firsthand, but it is worth noting. The Fidlock magnetic buckle is positioned off-center on the strap, which keeps from digging into your spine when you're layering this with a backpack. It's a bit polarizing though and worth mentioning. Some people love the one-handed release, while others just don't trust magnets. In our experience, we found the buckle rarely disengages accidentally unless you're yanking the strap at weird angles. The back panel hides a stealth passport pocket that's just deep enough for a field notes notebook or your documents. It's shrouded by a gusset and uses a low-profile Hypalon zipper pull to stay under the radar. The front quick access pocket lost its internal organization from the Day Sling 2. Now it's just a dump pouch with a carabiner-style key clip. That's a trade-off because the main compartment gained 2 mesh pockets to compensate. The horseshoe-style opening on the main compartment swings wide, and the flat base lets the sling stand upright, which makes digging through your gear at airport security way less chaotic. Inside, you've got 4 mesh pockets total, 2 on each side, plus a rear sleeve that fits an iPad mini or Switch. There's also a zipper divider for smaller items like dongles or chargers. For travelers who want a single sling that can handle airport runs and full-day city exploring, this is the sweet spot. The X-Pac version runs about $25 more than the ballistic nylon, but if you're bouncing between climates or just want something that looks a bit more technical, it's worth the upgrade in our opinion. Just don't expect it to compress down much when you're not using it. The structured base and X-Pac's rigidity means it holds its shape whether it's stuffed or empty. Alpaka is a brand that actually listens when people complain, which is refreshing to say the least. The original Go Sling Mini had a poorly placed, chunky magnetic buckle that users hated, so they went back and redesigned the strap system for V2. At 5 liters and $79, this sits right in the middle of the pack for both size and price. It's built from 300D AxoFlux fabric that sheds water and somehow resists pet hair better than most fabrics, which is useful if you spend time around dogs or cats before traveling. The V2 also added YKK AquaGuard zippers and threw in a top carry handle. Despite the mini in the label, this is actually one of the beefier slings here at just over a pound. Taking a closer look at that strap for a second, it's wide with no padding, but it spreads well enough that you won't feel it cutting in. Alpaka relocated the buckle to a new maglock system that's supposed to be less annoying than the old Fidlock setup, and it is definitely more comfortable, though the adjusters are still tight and it is on the larger side. You'll need to take the sling off to dial in your fit. There are loops on either side for Alpaka's hub magnetic accessories, but standard carabiners work fine here as well. The top carry handle is subtle and blends into the design. It's good for quick room-to-room moves. The AxoFlux exterior feels structured and tough, and there's also an X-Pac version if you want that diamond pattern we love so much. The rear pocket is slim and works best for flat stuff like a passport or minimalist wallet. Your phone fits, but getting it out when the sling's pressed against your body can be a bit awkward. The front compartment has 2 shallow pockets and Alpaka's Mod Key Tether, a magnetic key clip that detaches so you can actually reach your doorknob without awkward contorting. There is room here, but you need to pack smart or the front gets lumpy pretty quickly. The main compartment opens wide and has a padded back pocket for an iPad mini or Switch. Two more liner pockets up front handle small gear like chargers or an AirPod case. The gray liner makes it easy to see what you're hunting for, but the space does feel shallower than the 5 liters would suggest. We definitely suggest packing neatly, or things stack on top of each other and can turn into a mess pretty quickly. This is a good middle ground sling if you want more space than the ultralight 2-liter options, but don't need a full 8-liter pack. Alpaka fixed the main issue from its first version with that buckle redesign, and details like the detachable key clip show they're paying attention. At $79, it's definitely priced fairly as well. The catch is that mini in the title is misleading. This is a structured, beefy sling that sits flush on your body. If you want something that disappears when empty, this isn't it. But for travelers who like organized carry and don't mind a little heft, it works great. Bellroy built its reputation on sleek city carry, but the Venture Ready line is their answer to travelers who need something a bit tougher. The 2.5-liter sling ditches the brand's usual smooth beta nylon for camber ripstop, a grid-textured fabric with a slightly rubbery feel that's been polarizing but undeniably rugged. At just 7 ounces, this is one of the smallest slings in the guide. The camber ripstop exterior has a rough, grid-like texture that some people will love and others just can't stand. YKK AquaGuard zippers handle the main compartment and front pocket, with knotted paracord pulls that lean into the outdoor-ready aesthetic. The rear security pocket uses a fabric welt to keep things low profile. There are no external webbing loops, but the self-compressing strap forms closed loops on each side that work as makeshift attachment points. The strap is angled upward and uses aluminum adjusters to create tension when worn, so the sling compresses against your body in a relaxed side carry. The seatbelt style material is soft and slick, but the generic magnetic buckle is a bit of a weak point here. It's disengaged on us a few times over months of testing when pushed at the wrong angle. The front pocket has a fabric divider running down the middle that separates gear and prevents the pocket from folding over completely. There's also a paracord key leash that's long enough to reach a doorknob when the sling is worn on your side. The rear security pocket is slim and best suited for flat items like a passport or minimalist wallet. The main compartment uses reversed zippers. Instead of meeting in the middle, they're positioned on each side, which makes access easier whether you swing the sling left or right. Inside, there's a padded slip pocket for your phone at the back and an elevated mesh hammock up front for sunglasses. At 2.5 liters, there's enough room for a power bank, cables, and small essentials, but this isn't a sling for carrying layers. This is the right sling for minimalist travelers who want something small, organized, and decently weatherproof without the bulk of a 6-liter option. The self-compressing strap and angled carry make it comfortable for extended wear, and the distributed pocket layout keeps you from digging through a single dump compartment. The magnetic buckle is a legitimate reliability concern, and although we like it, the camber ripstop fabric won't appeal to everyone. But if you can live with those quirks, this is one of the most thoughtfully designed small slings for travel. Patagonia's Atom Sling is one of those bags that shows up everywhere. Trailheads, city streets, airport terminals, and there's reason for that. At 8 liters and just $69, it's one of the most accessible entry points into quality travel slings. The body is 400 denier recycled polyester ripstop with a PU coating and DWR finish, and the whole thing is made in a fair trade certified factory. It's sporty, outdoorsy, and comes in 10 colorways if you do somehow manage to get tired of the all-black everything look. At 12 ounces, it's the second largest sling in this guide, which means it straddles the line between a quick-access companion pack and a standalone day bag. The harness system is where Patagonia got things right. Both the back panel and shoulder strap use thick, recycled polyester air mesh with air channels to keep things breathable. The padding is substantial enough that you can wear this thing all day long without feeling like the strap is cutting into your shoulder. It's actually really comfortable for long hauls. There's also a stretchy mesh pocket on the strap itself that should fit smaller phones. Although we had no luck with our iPhones, it can also fit snacks and maybe a set of AirPods. Those front compression straps aren't just for show either. They can hold a rolled up rain jacket or light layer externally, though Patagonia's marketing about yoga mats is overselling it a bit. One of the issues here is the strap is permanently attached to the bottom right corner, so this only goes over your right shoulder if you're wearing it on your back. You can't switch sides when things get heavy, and wearing it chest style makes everything flop the wrong direction. It's a single orientation design, which is fine until it isn't, and it's one of the bigger complaints you'll find about the bag. We do, however, appreciate the fact that you can swing the bag around to your chest for easy top-down access to both pockets without having to remove the sling. The front quick access pocket has a plastic key clip, and though it's tight, you can fit your iPhone in here with a bit of extra effort. The main compartment has an internal divider that creates 2 sections, a padded sleeve against your back that fits an iPad mini or e-reader, and an open bucket for everything else. That's it. No mesh pockets, no zippered organizers, just 2 spaces to work with. It's simple, maybe too simple if you're coming from something like the Aer Day Sling with all of its internal organization. The zippers also aren't lockable, so if you're worried about security in crowded spaces, you'll need to wear it on your chest. The Atom Sling is quite possibly the most popular option in this category, and it's for good reason. It's affordable, comfortable, and built well enough to handle both trails and terminals. It's a direct competitor to the Osprey Daylite, and honestly, they're neck and neck for budget-conscious travelers who want something simple. The single orientation strap is the biggest drawback here, and the minimal internal organization won't appeal to everyone. But if you want a comfortable 8-liter sling that just works without overthinking it, this is the move. Black Ember operates at the intersection of technical gear and urban design, led by co-founder Chris Gadway, former global creative director at both Nike and The North Face. The Gripped Sling 6-liter is their latest answer to modular carry, a blacked-out, minimal sling built around their proprietary lever hardware system and brand new Ember text fabric. Measuring 12 inches by 7 inches by 5 inches and weighing just 1 pound, this sits in the mid-range size with a more premium price point of $135. It's worth noting that Black Ember just removed all PFAs from their supply chain with Ember Tex. It's a 1200 by 600 denier twisted nylon with an abrasion-resistant matte finish. Combined with the YKK AquaGuard zippers and laser-cut Hypalon panels, this thing is really built like a vault. As we previously mentioned, the lever hardware is what sets this apart. 2 anodized aluminum pivot points let the strap adjust and conform to your body throughout the day, with a quick side release mechanism that makes tightening and loosening effortless. Spring-gated hooks on either side mean you can swap the strap from right to left shoulder, providing true ambidextrous carry. The strap is removable via custom carabiners on Black Ember swivel connectors, and the integrated shoulder pad is a nice touch. The laser-cut Hypalon panels embedded in the shell add structure without bulk, and the zipper pulls are deliberately long. They're designed with a locking mechanism that works well in crowded terminals or tight airplane rows where you want extra security. The exterior is what we'd call aggressively minimal. There's no webbing loops or external attachment points unless you buy them separately. Inside, the Grip 6-liter is divided into 3 separate sections. First is a fast access pocket with a Fidlock magnetic keyring. Next is a surprisingly large main storage area with power mesh organizers that keep cables, adapters, and charging bricks from turning into a jumbled mess. If you're at all familiar with Black Ember, it's everything you'd expect from their organization systems. Finally, there's a device pocket with 2 protective layers that fits an iPad mini plus chargers. We were able to fit a Steam Deck in the back pocket and over-ear headphones in the main compartment, though bulkier items do push the limits. The main complaint here is that it won't fit a full-size tablet like an 11-inch iPad Pro, which puts it at a disadvantage against similarly sized slings. At $135, this is the most expensive sling in the guide, and you're paying for Black Ember's obsessive attention to materials and modularity. The ambidextrous strap system and lever hardware are a nice innovation, and the PFAs-free Ember text fabric is a step forward for the industry. But the lack of external attachment points and the inability to fit larger tablets might be deal breakers depending on what you carry. This is for travelers who want something technical, modular, and built to last. It's more tactical precision than outdoor utility. If you want a sling that works equally well layered with a backpack or even worn solo through airport security, and you value build quality over price, this is probably worth the premium. Osprey made its name in the outdoor world, and the Daylite Sling is their answer to travelers who need something versatile enough for trails and terminals alike. At 6 liters and just $55, this is the most affordable sling in the guide. It's built from Blue Sign approved recycled polyester with a PFC-free DWR treatment, and weighing in at just half a pound, it's also one of the lightest options here. The updated version added ambidextrous carry via swivel hook that lets you switch the strap from right to left shoulder, which is a key advantage over the Patagonia Atom's single orientation design. As we mentioned, the strap system is where Osprey separated this from the Patagonia Atom. A swivel hook with a gatekeeper clip lets you move the strap to either side of the sling, so you're not locked into that right shoulder only carry. The strap and back panel both use diamond patterned breathable spacer mesh over EVA foam. YKK zippers are slightly stiff out of the box, but they do break in with use. There's a stretchy mesh pocket on the strap for transit cards or lip balm, and a webbing loop near the top for hanging the sling or clipping a water bottle externally. The elastic strap keeper is webbing with no stretch, so smaller users might end up with some dangling strap. The front pockets open in a horseshoe shape across the top and is built from sturdy recycled polyester. It's sized perfectly for items like a phone, sunglasses, and a minimalist wallet. The main compartment uses a dual zipper that runs nearly all the way around the top, so you can open from either side. And just like the Atom, it can be accessed top down by swinging the sling around the front without removing the pack. Inside, there's a sleeve against the back panel that fits an e-reader, Nintendo Switch, or a small tablet, though there is no padding on the front of the sleeve. A zippered mesh pocket inside the main compartment features Osprey's red plastic key clip and is sized for AirPods, charging cables, or other small accessories. The Daylite is the budget pick in this guide at just $55, and it definitely punches well above its price point. The ambidextrous carry is a game changer if you need to switch shoulders on long days, and that alone gives it an edge over its direct competitor, the Patagonia Atom. The dual zipper system makes access easier no matter which shoulder you're wearing it on. The trade-off is that it is less padded and slightly less organized than pricier options. But for travelers who want a lightweight, packable sling that works equally well on trails and in airports, this one is hard to beat. For the uninitiated, Evergoods is a Bozeman-based brand that's become legendary in the EDC community for their over-engineered, thoughtfully designed gear, and we've been fans since the beginning. The Civic Access Sling 2-liter is their smallest carry option, and the X-Pac version seen here wraps it in VX42 laminated sailcloth for added weatherproofing and a coyote-colored interior that's arguably the best interior color around. Measuring just 11 inches by 5.5 inches by 3 inches and weighing just 13 ounces, this is the smallest sling in this guide at just 2 liters. At $130, it's also the second most expensive option here. But seeing that this has long been a contender for our favorite EDC sling, not necessarily travel, we felt like we couldn't close out this guide with at least mentioning it. The back panel uses Evergoods 2-layer construction, 3D spacer mesh over 50D monofilament, which delivers some serious breathability even on hotter days. The strap has no padding, but it's wide enough to distribute weight comfortably. The buckle is positioned right next to where the strap connects to the sling, so it won't dig into your back when you're layering this with a backpack. And there's a strap keeper to manage excess webbing. If you know anything about Evergoods, you know they take ergonomics very seriously, and the sling is patterned to curve with your body. Evergoods calls them hip huggers, which prevents that awkward pinching whether you're wearing it crossbody or as a waist pack. The hook and loop logo patch is minimal and lets you add custom patches, and the U-shaped main zipper opens wide for fast access while on body. The Civic Access has 2 main compartments that work in tandem. The front pocket has no organization, but it has some serious depth, enough to fit over your headphones or a packable jacket, and there's a black key leash inside. The back compartment is where all of the organization lives, a zippered mesh pocket divided into 3 zones, plus 2 drop-in liner pockets on the back wall. The larger pocket takes up 2/3 of the back wall and is sized for flat items like a passport or travel wallet. Between the 2 organizational areas is a slot that works well for a phone or paper map. That coyote-colored 210D nylon lining is both durable and water-resistant. As we mentioned, at 2 liters, this is the smallest sling in the guide, and it was really designed with EDC in mind, which means it's best suited as a chest carry companion to a larger backpack or for ultralight urban exploration where you only need the absolute essentials. Think of it more like an extension of your pockets. The X-Pac version adds legitimate weatherproofing, and the breathable back panel keeps things comfortable in warm climates. It's EDC community royalty for a reason. Evergoods nailed the details, and the dual compartment system keeps small gear organized. If you want the most thoughtfully designed ultralight sling here, and the smaller capacity works for your travel style, this is it. So there you have it, 7 of the best travel sling bags that cover everything from ultralight chest carry to standalone day bags. Whether you're chasing affordability or going full technical, there's a sling here that fits how you travel. Are there any of your favorite travel slings that we missed? If so, let us know in the comments below. We're always testing new gear and would love to hear what's working for you out there. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you more gear guides and reviews. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.